too soon. There, is that recording? It is. Okay. And then there's the neck rolls, and then I'm gonna do drop the shoulders. And just let them drop. It's weird doing a Zoom with my phone because the windows are like tiny, you know. Can't bring the other computer because the Wi-Fi is not working very good. And then hands in the small of our back or over our kidneys, feet together, and you're doing an oval kind of forward and back. And try to just feel like almost like inside everything just melts and just like a wave. Anything in that wave that's uncomfortable just kind of melts away. And the other way. It was like a spiral or something. Just spirals from above your head all the way into the ground. It was like a wave. When I said anything uncomfortable or anything, just kind of melt or dissolve away. All right, and then hands on the hips, a little wider, feet a little wider than shoulder length. Hands on the hips, and now the oval, instead of forward and back, is going to be sideways, side to side. Once again, feel that same wave. You kind of want to feel the wave go through before your body does the move, right? So it's like you feel the wave and your body kind of follows slightly behind. The wave will make your body move, so to speak, as opposed to the other way around. Gives it a different kind of stretch sometimes when you do it. And the other way. All right, hands together, feet together, hands on the knees. Same idea, sideways. The knees just kind of stay in their little, in their zone, so to speak, like in a comfortable little circle. Still the hips and then the ankles that are really good. You're trying to get a lot of range of motion out of. The knee goes just enough, right? It's really the ankle and the hips have way more room. And other way. All right. Let's do a few of these here. Slap, slap, and on the go to the balls of your feet. Do about 5 or 6 jumping jacks. Wake up the core just a little. And a few of these on each side. And balance. And sit back. Actually, I'm doing both sides. if you drop. Let's spin around just the shoulders, dropping the shoulders. We'll do some basic footwork while we're doing that. Is there a remote control for that fan?
I think there is. I don't know how to use it.
Because yeah, it was turned off before, but it's on now. So
Huh.
I don't know if it's going in or out. Probably. Oh shit! And the other window's open too. Someone open the other window. Shit.
Yeah, because for COVID, it's better to have it open. But then.
Yeah. I guess the fire.
Not for the bad air. You gotta have a wind. Yeah.
Oh no, actually no. The other window is not open. It looked like it was. Yeah, it's not that bad. I'll be all right. I don't feel like there's any particles. Anyways, so let's go 3, and we're just gonna just basic idea, dropping your shoulders. So just kind of just walk around, but dropping the shoulder. Make sure you're dropping the shoulder in every move, every step. Even if it's just walking, dropping the shoulders this way or here. You don't really have to jump around, but you do want to drop on every move, right? Drop the shoulders. So for one round, just shoulders and time. So just shoulders, dropping the shoulders. Like you're hanging from a string like a puppet. All your weight's kind of down here, which pulls the spine kind of long, right? So chin just slightly tucked in, just a little bit. And like you're hanging from a string and just sitting down here. And every move you kind of sit down to all the pressure goes down like to the bottom of the core, and to the tailbone. You kind of sit down literally on each move. And you can feel this. When you sit down, you feel it go right to one leg or the other. Actually, we should focus on this maybe for more than a round today. Make sure we're doing it the whole time. I just realized I probably shouldn't jump around. It's easy today. You can even do it with just a regular step. Just make sure your shoulders are dropping. Right, you just drop the one hip or the other. So if you're slipping somebody, you share that same feeling. Drop, 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 drop. It's really, when you break down your defense, the most basic part of it is just dropping one hip or the other, right? Just drop one hip or the other. All right, let's bring in the first step that we usually do, But let's do it a lot more subtle today. So instead of really bringing it like this, we're gonna do the same kind of rhythm as what we were just doing. Just kind of walking, or just dropping the shoulders. But you're gonna bring this back, bring it with you. You just want to make sure you feel it. Make sure you bring it with you slightly, and that you're dropping, so you feel all the weight going into the leg, right? All the pressure and that kind of thing. So you're just try to make it look real easy, but just kind of bring the back leg with you. But keep dropping the shoulders. Keep dropping the shoulders. All right, it's a really main focus. And time. Time. Let's do the same thing, other leg. So once again, same idea. Main thing is dropping the shoulders. Main thing we're working is dropping the shoulders in every move, but bring the back leg with you. All right, let's I'm gonna pause this for a second. Let's work some angles today, but it's kind of similar off of what we were working the last couple times, but we'll change it up a little. So last couple we've been bringing the back foot, right, and then pivoting off of it. All right, bring the back foot, pivot. So let's do the same thing, but kind of slow it down and try to really see how much you can get out of even just a few degrees of the turn, right? So like you bring the back leg, and then now you have your pivot, right? Your like the compass, right? So you're gonna bring the back leg, pivot, pivot. But see how much you can get off of just a little pivot with the leg, right? So go through, and then just same thing. Like go through, draw your circle with the leg, and then follow back through a couple times, and you let your hands go the second time. So bring your back leg, draw a line, and then do that same line with your foot. Just let it turn. Basically, it's just to turn it's a help turn the center, right? You could just do it here, but when you pivot, it makes it way easier. Kind of does it for you. Does that make sense, though? So yeah, let's just really, like I said, slow. Let's really like go through where your angle is, and then really take advantage of that step. Try to take advantage of all the space on the step, all the degrees. All right, make sense? All right, cool. Time. Slow down, make sure you're dropping the shoulders the whole time. The main thing today is dropping the shoulders, taking your time. Remember, when you punch, your shoulders are dropping. You're turning from here, holding your energy kind of in your back a little bit. Not too much, but just a little. Drop the shoulders, So work your back leg in, pivot, drop. Keep that same drop when you punch. Still drop your shoulders. The hands are up, but the shoulders are dropping like that. Even if the hands are up. You really don't even have to punch. You can just turn here, keep your energy in the back. Main thing about this is it allows you to stay out of your own way, right? A lot easier than you can do it here. But once you put that pivot in there, you can really get out your own way. Same thing, bring the other leg first. Other side. Bring the left leg, pivot off that. Keep dropping the shoulders, keep dropping the shoulders, keep dropping the shoulders. Bring the back leg with you. Drop. Drop, drop, drop. Side feels funny today. Never know how southpaw is going to feel. So let's go on. Kind of same idea as last time now. I'm a right-handed, but we work this angle here. The foot slightly in, about 45 degrees in. Pivot the back foot. Nice and easy. Make sure all this stays lined up. Don't let it go out at all. Just the only thing is you're going to bring it with you. So you're going to, just like you were bringing this way, the difference is you're just going to bring it with you. So you're constantly, it's like you're constantly winding up your front leg to, instead of winding up the back leg to go forward, you're winding up the back leg, front leg to go backwards. Like the running. It's like you're always wound up to do that. All right, so even though it's like a hook step and a pivot, the leg at any time you can just kick out, right? The front leg ready to go. So anyways, just off of that, so it's like the opposite. Bring that foot with you and an angle. Well, mainly the angle. And drop the shoulders. Right. Or go this way, so pivot either way. Make sense? All right, cool. Yeah, keep winding up the front leg and Always drop the shoulders on these moves. Make sure you keep on dropping the shoulders. That's time. Start slow, start slow, start slow. As a Matador move, right? So as you're doing this, you know, they're gonna push through. It's for an aggressive fighter, and they're pushing through. Let them push through, but make them. You don't just get like fall away, right? You kind of set a set post, and you make them push you around that post. They can push you, but they're only gonna push to one side, not both. So just let them roll around you whichever way, whichever way that is, or even both. You can do both angles. They push you this way, they push you this way. All right, same thing. Right leg now. So southpaw. Same idea. Pivots. Pivots, but remember to drop the shoulders. And go through the angles before you punch. So bring the front leg with you. Pivot. Bring the front leg. Pivot, pivot. screw thing at a time. It's any ideas, any suggestions? Any other stuff to work on? I was just gonna work angles otherwise. But do you guys want anything on like the rolls or any particular punches? Any particular combinations or parts of what we're working on?
Karen, if you have anything specific, go for it.
Oh,
Okay.
those are great.
No, just keep working on the angles.
Yeah.
Cool, cool.
Yeah.
Cool. So let's well, one thing I was gonna say is, so on what we were just working on, the angles off the front foot. These, of course, they're gonna work off of the other one as well. You know, first you're doing the jab step for, well, I mean, pivoting, bring the back leg and pivoting off that in order to get your position. Unless, of course, they're just bowling through. But even if they are, if they're just coming through, it kind of depends on where your foot is before you do this one, right? Like if they kind of push you over here, your foot might roll out this way, then you roll that way. Or if they push you over to this side, maybe your foot rolls this way. Then you pivot, right? So let's work off of mixing those up a little. But keep in mind, like for this part, you barely have to move the foot, just a little bit to make a dip to, so here. We're gonna imagine someone's like crashing through, right? They're trying to bowl over you, and you wanna set your angle up here. So you're kind of pushing away here so they don't run over you, right? While you do that, the foot just a little adjustment's all you need. You don't really need much. So you're gonna do that, and then you're either gonna, like I said, they're either gonna push you. When they push you, you're like a revolving door. You're not gonna let them push you this way. They're pushing you here, or they're pushing you here, right? But you make them work to push, but when they do, they're gonna roll. You're gonna roll this way or this way. So anyways, once you do that, they push through, you roll. Then once you're on that side, pivot this way, boom, right? And when you do, make sure you turn the shoulder. So you're going, fold the shoulder over, pull the hip in here. Or if you're going this way, they push you over here, you roll this way, fold this shoulder over. Okay, so let's mainly work those ones, okay? Either one side or the other. It doesn't have to be an upper, but mainly uppercuts, but you can work straight ones as well. But the idea is, the main thing is an idea that you're making someone work. They can't just push you over. You're making them work to push you. But in the part, you make them work by using the legs, not by doing this, but just by letting it all go to the legs. You make them work to push you, and then when they do, you just roll with them. Or, I'm sorry, or this shoulder. All right. And time. You're going to take your time. They're pushing you over. Oh. You can change it up, of course, you know, here. No, what I was going to say too is think of this. So first, if you pivot this way, make sure this shoulder hits them. You get behind them with the shoulder, right? And same thing here. If you pivot here, make sure you get behind them with the shoulder. Right? Like you do this. So you're pivoting here with this shoulder, or you're pivoting here with this shoulder. It's the same idea. If someone goes by you and you do this, you're behind their elbow, right? You get right behind their elbow. Or you can do it with your arm. Or you can do it with your shoulder. Same idea, doesn't really matter, whatever works. But it's like you prove it here, it's like you, this side of your body creates a vacuum and gets out your way, right? That's what makes your shoulder fold over. Same thing here. Pivot, this side creates a vacuum. At the center of the spiral, like the black hole, where all the gravity goes, the leg, right? And take your time. Feel yourself like behind them, like you just trapped them. Take a second, you know. Trap, bam, right? Trap, bam, bam, bam. Pull them in a little, trap them, make them do this, you know. Maybe they walk through, make them go just a little farther than they want. Do all of this stuff. All right, now let's work the same thing, southpaw. Make sure to get that shoulder over. Be very careful that the feet are in the right position. It's the main thing. It's not working right on this side. It's way more comfortable than the other side. Yeah, that's why I gotta slow. That's when you slow it down and just figure out where it's uncomfortable there. Let's freestyle that a little bit, and kind of like we were doing last week, where you just, but you don't have to. Let's see. Instead of, you don't have to switch sides the whole time though, like we are doing last week. We'll, let me see. So like these ones, like this here, same thing, but going backwards, right? So. Then we'll switch sides. You know what, I'm sorry, let's not switch sides on this one. Let's stay on the same side. So just work off of going backwards, pivoting. Same thing here, but you can pivot different directions. So same idea, mainly backwards, pivoting off the front leg. All right, so right hand. Time. Whew. All right, let's work both directions now. So we'll come forward, working off this angle off the back foot. And then you can mix that with a little bit of front foot angle. That's what we were just doing. But the main thing is bringing the back foot now. Right, so. As I'm doing that, I'm pivoting and fighting off of that. You throw a little bit of these angles in too. You can throw a little bit of the front foot angle in whenever you need it, just so you mix it up a little. That make sense, though? So we're working both angles now, but mainly we're starting with bringing the back foot kind of the opposite, right? That make sense?
Yep.
All right, cool. So angles, 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 and more angles. Take your time, drop the shoulders the whole time. Main thing today is dropping the shoulders the whole time. Then when you work your way back, you can do the front leg again. So keep in mind, the opposite's true too. Like you're going backwards with this move, right? And you're pivoting. But anywhere the foot lands, you can change the pivot back the other way. So as you're doing this and this, at any point the back foot can take over and change your pivot. Right? So you can do that whenever you want. Do it smoothly. Don't worry about speed on that. Just do it smoothly and comfortably, and you'll do it. And then when things are fast, it won't be a problem. If you have your balance and it's comfortable, your feet will do what they're supposed to do. It's really just the balance, a lot of balance type of exercise. Which is why we're dropping the shoulders the whole time. Make sure the intention's all on the legs. We have another couple of rounds. Let me see. Oh, we got one more round. So let's do a cool down round. Same idea. All angles. You can do a little southpaw if you want to. It's up to you. But just nice and natural. You're either working these angles, coming forward, or you're working these angles, going backwards. Either side. Oh, by the way, I'll catch you guys next week because I'll probably cut off before it's over. You guys have a nice weekend.
Stay safe in that air.
Oh yeah, definitely. Remember what Hadi Kanabalu said? He said, "Hey, even Trump is somebody's kid, so I wish Satan the well." I said it wrong, but it's funny the way he says it.
I saw somebody say that in the debates, what they need is like the ghost of Fred Trump being like, shut up, be a good boy. You're such a failure. Why are you even talking?
Right. No, they need Samuel Jackson to host it. Man. Interrupt one more time. I dare you. I double dare you, motherfucker. Interrupt one more goddamn time.
But
Yeah, I don't know. I think he might have done all this just to get out of the debate.
end it.
It is crazy though. I mean, goddamn. There could have been more poetic justice than that. I mean, shit.
Ooh, I'm loving it.
Especially if all the senators get it too and they can't vote. Oh, that'd be just.
That's pretty good. Woo!
Oh, got through the round.
It. Oh, maybe they're canceling class.
Oh, right.
It usually goes right at 30 and now it's 31.
Right.
Might be canceling in the bad air.
Yeah, true. I probably shouldn't